Howdy, everyone, and welcome to Man-O-Rama. I'm your host, Steve, and tonight we're going to talk about being brutally honest with advice. A fan gave this idea to us, and we're going to run with it. And I'm going to scoot Silent Rambo over a little bit. There you go. See, my host, my co-host, not my host. Wow. Okay. Anyways, it's going to be a lot of fun. Who knows? Who knows the shenanigans that's going to happen tonight and the advice. So I hope you guys learn something new. Yeah. Well, howdy, everybody, and welcome to Man-O-Rama, our 122 episode, and we've yet to get canceled. You don't have to run away, Mike. No one has. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Let's go around the table. Okay. We have a loaded panel today. I had to extend out.
Yes, we
table
are.
for tonight. Dark Helmet, how has your week been?
It's been fantastic. Simple as that.
All right. See, that's a simple. See, men are simple. Fantastic. And Rick, how's your week been?
I mean, I survived Monday, so I'm doing better than the Pope.
I still love the fact they have a big gold hammer that they have to hit him with 3 times to make sure he's dead.
I know. Ordy, how's your week been?
You know, it's been awesome. Yesterday, I got this fantastic tilapia. I did it in a sour cream egg wash with a little bit of Cholula in there, panko crusting, fried it up. It was fucking amazing. But today, I have got the worst old man broccoli farts you could possibly imagine. I am offending myself right now.
It's okay.
This is why I'm glad I'm
hi.
And Vincent, how's your week been?
No, life is short, life is shit, and soon it will be over. No, I'm having a good week.
That's good. And Canadian Spider-Man, our own Brokeback. What I should say this: our own Wetback.
I was going to say, this is a Mexican hat. Shout out to Mexican Iron Man. Yeah, it's been a fantastic week here. Spring has pretty much come. So I've been hanging out with my brother and his family a little bit and doing a little bit of work on the side. So paying back the Mexican hat purchases. And just getting ready for, a fun election.
Wait,
Either way it
who's
goes,
the
it's
one
not
that
gonna be
said
good.
that? There was a politician in the U.S. that said erection and not election.
AOC.
Of course.
She would have liked it too much.
Yeah, I know.
We like our big booty Latinas.
I know, right?
She's hot.
I'm not gonna
she's
lie.
wrong, but she's hot.
When she doesn't talk, she's good. Yeah. Comic Relief. How's your week been?
Well, it was good until today. And then somebody had to open their big ass mouth, and other than that, craptastic.
I'm
There
sorry.
you go. But we're mid. We don't give a shit.
That's right.
Exactly.
To answer your question,
And-
Steve, that was a Carmela J. Powell who said that. Correction. Not election.
Oh, okay.
There's also Herschel Walker.
Got Yeah.
Yeah. That, and now I have to go through, let me think here, about 570 videos just so I can find a name of a girl in California for a 75-year-old man. That's not creepy.
Whoa. Time out. How? What? You explain this one.
No, I don't think I
Okay.
want an explanation to this.
I want it. It's too late. Guess what, buddy? You're on Man-O-Rama. You got to
I may not-
deal with this.
I may not be 75, but I want to hear more.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a.
Okay.
Would you like to know more? No,
Sí,
there's
senor.
a old guy that I did a website for that is totally on the holistic approach of things and whatnot. So I have to do a website for him. And along with this website, there is horse training involved, right?
What?
Which he filmed a series of videos in Mexico and hired this girl from California to do these series of videos. Well, that was like many, many years ago. And because he is not as tech savvy as some people, which drives me absolutely bonkers, he phoned me up last night and he's like, yeah, can you find that video of that girl in the video, and can you find out what her name is again? And so because I have all these videos stored on my hard drive, I have to go through about 570 videos just so I can find the specific video of the one where she actually says her name. So
You could just say no.
fun times for me. I
Is
could have
this
said
like
no,
Yeah.
but I also want to get paid.
Is this like the donkey
So-
show in Mexico?
Yeah, you're close.
Anyways, you're on that adventure.
No.
Her name
Yeah.
is Shaniqua Compton. And
yeah.
Canadian Spider-Man, how's your week been?
Yeah, well, you did ask me. It's been fantastic. It's been
Sorry,
spring here.
my brain
Lots
is
of
going
gardening.
all over the place right now.
I got the carrots in the ground.
I think
In the
somebody
ground.
ate the retard biscuits for breakfast this morning.
See, this is the problem hosting and producing at the same time. I'm doing everything in the background. I'm like,
hosting. The effective range of an excuse is 0 fucking meters.
You realize
fun
most of
silence.
you realize half of us on the
The power of mute. You can unmute, Vincent. Sorry. What if Vincent just stayed muted the entire night?
Then it would be boring.
It wouldn't be as funny.
I know.
Yes,
you
it would
wouldn't,
not
wouldn't
be
get your
nearly as
Shakespeare
fun.
scene. Everybody would be sad.
You can unmute,
True.
Vincent. I couldn't help it.
And
Okay, anyways.
if you
I'm
notice
actually-
in the chat-
Tyler.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know
Yes.
if it's the same at the Rumble Studio, but on my side, if I mute someone, I have to be the one to unmute.
Oh, well.
Is Vincent still in timeout?
I don't know. I just wanted to do it. Here, let's do that.
You have to-
So I promoted
to-
you. Maybe you can unmute him because I can't unmute him.
Poor Vincent. Oh.
He's gonna come back.
This is why we don't give
What kind of
retards
a
to
donkey
be first
show are you
football.
running?
You poor bastard.
Anyways, Tyler, as Vincent can come back unmuted, I just wanted to do it just because. Here's the thing: I've never muted someone. I just,
so
it was fun.
naturally, I had to be the first
Oh,
person you meet.
Hey, welcome
Hey,
home.
he's back.
Well,
Hey, how you
well,
doing there,
Steve?
Puddin' Pops?
You can
What?
take a deep suck out of my ass, son.
You know,
You can jump on a stump with your short ass and take a huge suck out of my ass.
Hey, Steve has short man syndrome. Give him a break.
oh man.
Yeah.
Tyler, how's your week been?
Good.
Anyways, no.
Yeah, moving on.
No, seriously, how was your week, man?
Thank you for asking. It was good. I went to visit some family down in Southern California. Got to hang out with my niece and nephew and all them. It was cool. Went to a bunch of wineries. It was good times.
Nice, nice. And before I continue, Zelda gave a Rumble rant because she's awesome. She goes, "I'm cheap." Well, of course. Our dishes are not done. You have 8 guys. We need our dishes done. She goes, "I'm cheap, so I'm going with a $1 rant." Hey, I'll take it. Still need the dishes done. In all seriousness, my rant goes out to Steve first because he'll actually what the fuck? This is where my
Probably-
education comes into place.
I'd say
Do your
he's.
best.
Mean cuz. He'll
because
actually
he'll actually hilarious and chill.
No.
And second,
Yeah,
Orty,
trying to-
he's fantastic. And the meme lord.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Anyways,
I prefer meme sommelier.
yeah, there you go.
She's gonna hand you a tissue again, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
But it'll cost her $1 to do it.
Yeah. So my week is. Thank you very much for the Rumble rant, Zelda. My week has been hectic. For the church, I had to be there at 6 a.m. I did a bunch of random things, and then I took a nap for like 6 hours. And yeah, my it's been pretty fun. I'll get to your rant,
It's a good nap.
but it was pretty good. I learned a lot of how to do some engineering work with electrical work. Yeah, my week's been good. Let's get to Dark Helmet, who did a $5 rant. He goes, Steve needs a stepping stool to use the shitter. Hey, you know, I do. And
Enjoy that
thank you very
$5.
much.
And the ladder to get into his truck.
Steve is so short, he's got to look up to look down.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. The ladder joke with my truck is the funniest because that thing is massive. Like, when I go to the hood, you only see the head up to here. Because I remember when I showed Garrett, I was like, hey, I got a truck. He's like, that's cool. I drove up and I picked him up for work. He's like, Steve? And then I popped my head over. He's like, okay, that's creepy. I was like, yeah, but it's cool looking.
Steve's driving his truck like this.
You should do a video. Do a video popping up over the hood and be like, "We represent the lollipop,
Kids.
I know.
The
I should.
Get an old woman. Hey, no, get an old woman's wig while you're driving, and then you're just barely looking over the steering wheel.
That gives me. You guys are giving me too many ideas right now.
But if you, when you have the old woman's wig on, you got to lean out the windows and yell, "Where's the beef?"
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, those are good times.
Yes.
Anyways, we're gonna get into. See, the problem with me enjoying this so much, I can't get the video going. You know what? You know what? Everyone understands. Everyone understands. We're going to one of our favorite subjects.
Twitter.
La la la. Candyland. What? So don't be that guy is where we actually it started off harmless of where we would make fun of people who are simping over OnlyFans girls and the sex bots on X. Then it became where we're just gonna shit on anyone. And we've actually had I've gotten some ramifications because of this, where some people didn't like where I posted their tweet on their show. Well, surprise, motherfuckers. No one is off limits, even me. Vincent, you told me, hey, I'm going to find...
Dare you, though. I double dog dare you.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know what?
Them.
Good luck, Buttercups, because you're never going to find me simping.
No, I meant using one of my tweets.
Oh, no, I'll never do that.
I'd like to see that.
No, because
unfold.
I know it's going to happen.
Yet.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go to the first one here. This one. I saw this because of Ordy, and I thought this was hilarious. It
So goes
says...
most of my life.
What? Huh?
I said, so goes most of my life. I saw this because
I
of
know.
Ordy.
I know, right? Most of my... Yeah. This person, Stephen Kleb, said 2A was always ambiguous.
Ambiguous.
Thank you. Hey, guys, you know what? I may be 37. I'm still learning my ABCs. Hooked on Phonics did not help.
I got
Yeah.
some
That's
Sesame
good.
Street
Wait a
books
minute.
my grandkids used to read. You want me to send them to you? You can have Grover teach you how to fucking pronounce shit.
He goes,
How to fuck and pronounce shit?
yeah. And a
It's
pet
for banana.
and a pet talking point for the gun nuts in the NRA. Gun lobby. Guys, what's the problem with this comment?
Steven
I'll go
Klebs is
last because this
started.
dude's been in my mentions for 3 days, so I'll save it for the end.
The NRA
All right.
part, we prefer GOA.
Your enunciation of words.
Oof! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Okay. All right,
I'm
Mike. I
kidding.
see how it is.
Yeah.
It's
You're
funny,
all
somebody-
Founding fathers knew what they were doing. Although I'm not American yet, the founding fathers knew what they were doing. It's not like they decided this over just like a night, you know, and they left it ambiguous on purpose because they realized the biggest threat to the country is government takeover and control of its own people.
Okay. So, history nerd, this may take a minute, but it's not ambiguous, though. Here's the problem. It says exactly what it was supposed to say. If you use the language of the
But
time,
people don't know how to read.
well, the problem is people don't know how to say words like ambiguous. So, you know, when you start using words like well regulated and you're not using them in 17th century context, everybody gets really fucking confused. The problem is what that actually says was every person is allowed to own a weapon. What that means when they say well-regulated militia, everybody starts talking about regulations in the way we view them today. Well-regulated back then simply meant in proper working order, which meant if you were of sound mind and body and above the age of whatever the township said, you were automatically a part of the militia and automatically allowed to own any weaponry the military had access to.
They still use that word today. Another word for a watch movement is a regulation.
Exactly.
And people
I
are just fucking retarded. That's all there is to it. Ignorant and retarded.
I agree with Rick, though. I don't think there's anything ambiguous about it. Shall not be infringed upon. It's pretty fucking clear, you know?
Yeah.
That's why they
So-
put in there, shall not be infringed. That's why they worded it exactly the way they did.
And
Rick feels all pumped right now. He's like, "Let's do this." What?
Hey, you're in my
What
wheelhouse.
punk am I gonna punch right now? What?
You're in my wheelhouse, bro. This is what I do. But no, I mean specifically, this was
shit.
designed because our founding fathers understood that.
Yeah.
And this is for any leftist liberals that happen to be coming across the feed. It's not about hunting, bitches. It's about being able to kill your government when it goes too far. That's what it's about. That's what it was always
Exactly.
about. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Dude, man, you guys
And
were
guess
just
what?
talking and I was thinking, fucking Blinky and Tiny in a pay-per-view. Fucking
Yeah.
Thunderdome.
Then you
That'd be
become
awesome.
Panda.
Well, think about it this way. I don't think this person. I'll get to Orty because he knows a lot more about this comment. But I don't think liberals understand the level of like the itch, because we've all had the itch, like an itch to buy a new car, or an itch to buy a new hole puncher, or whatever the situation is. For me, it's probably Legos, and
Redhead.
they're itching. They're like, "Let's do this." Who's gonna push that button? All right, Orty, you know this better than us because I saw it on your feed and I thought it was hilarious.
3 days. So okay,
Is it really 3 days?
Oh yeah, that's been going on 3 days on my feed.
Jeez.
The curse of me highlighting this absolute profound mental retardation for all of you to enjoy is that it brings you all into the thread, and then it keeps going. This is my cross to bear. So
It didn't end.
So here's my problem with that tweet. What gun lobby was there in 1791?
Yep.
People that supported
Exactly.
the crown, even then.
Because it's it's a hot button topic for the GOP and the NRA, or for gun owners and the NRA. NRA wasn't founded before 1875, and you can absolutely tell that this person has no. He gets all of his information from scanning tweets of the social media influencers he follows. Because if he had any idea what the general consensus is among gun owners of the NRA, he would have found another lobby to use. Because I don't know anybody who doesn't hold the NRA in anything but complete fucking contempt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the NRA.
I'm not a big.
Oh, go ahead, Steve. I'll wait.
No, you can go. Ladies first.
Okay, Philly. But
Shots fired.
no, the NRA over the past, I'd say 20 years, maybe more, but I'm going with 20 years, so we'll say 2 decades, has proven time and time again they will sell out our rights. They have gone against self-defense. They've gone
Yeah.
against doing national reciprocity, even though they say they support it. No, they don't. They've gone against everything, short barrel, bump stocks. You know, how you feel about bump stocks is regardless, because, hey, you should still have a right to own one if you want one. Time and time again, they have proven they cannot be trusted.
The NRA died with Charlton Heston.
It did. Yeah, I agree.
Out
They
of my
took it-
cold dead hands.
Yep.
They-
Fucking right.
they-
Even
They took it
Canadians
from
know
the
that one,
old
right,
man.
Mike?
That's exactly what happened.
So we're gonna get to the next one. The next image. This one's funny. Vincent corrected me on this one. I got baited into this one.
Go
Yeah.
away, Mike.
Overlapping auto fire. Yeah.
Oh God. This
That's a
person.
Oh God, no.
This person said, "I am prior service armored infantry for the Coast Guard. For those unfamiliar, this is the button that switches your AR from regular semi-auto to overlapping auto." Now, I know my
here's
whole
here-
punching.
Here's the thing.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're familiar with the AR-15, you'll know that's a forward assist because
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
And you know what it's
Yes.
Yeah.
I
the guy
understand that
The guy who
after
this meme was
using it.
made for, if you're familiar with a fellow called Lakota Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
Because, this was made to fuck with him.
God,
And
I hope so.
oh God, it was, because what you can't see is his response. He said, a civilian has no business with this capability. And then Lakota Man said, "You're absolutely right." And this guy supposedly is a Native American, which he's not. It's been proven. This guy was supposedly a veteran, which he was not. It's been proven. Yet he's still got everybody and their mother gagging on his fucking root. You know, backing him up and all this shit. Why he still has the amount of followers he has fucking amazes me to this day.
You
But-
walked long ago.
Well,
So he's an Elizabeth Warren then.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's not actually.
What?
Because we've had
Yeah.
quite a few people call him out over that. He's not a Native American.
No, that's what he means. Elizabeth Warren.
No, that's what I meant by the Elizabeth.
Oh,
Warren
yeah,
comment.
yeah, I'm sorry.
No, she said, she's like, "Oh, what was she 1%, if that?"
No, I think she was like 1. I think the percentage was like 1 in 1,000.
1/10/24.
Yeah,
128th.
That'd be like me saying I'm black from the waist
Yeah.
down.
That's my thought,
Yes.
too. See, the funny thing
Well-
about that picture, though, Steve, when
Yeah.
you're in the circles that Vincent and I are in, that's a copy pasta to fuck with people. You drop that specifically to fuck with people, or sometimes you'll do
Oh,
it to
yeah.
show your own followers. Like if you get a whole slew of new followers for whatever reason, I'll drop that. and
Oh,
get
yeah.
them to just
Well,
try.
it cleans out your mentions.
Yeah. It
Well,
does.
when I first saw that image, because I didn't know it was a meme, I didn't get it at first until after I read a few more comments and I figured it out. And I was like, dude, that's not what an AR does.
That's the idea. That's because
but it's
like today,
That's
people were
right.
getting worked up over some. Oh shit! I don't even remember what it was, but it was fucking funny because everybody. Yeah, I remember. Fucking Stocking Mill Coffee was fucking with Canadians.
Oh, that was a good troll.
Oh God, he was putting in Fire Ant Hills, and he's like, "Well, you know, just talking a bunch of bullshit. If Canadians get tired, they can put their feet in here." And then he was putting like poisonous snakes and stuff like that, and just everybody was going batshit, and it was amazing. Oh my God!
well, the thing is though, it got even the
Really?
gun lovers upset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
because
struck a nerve on both sides.
people
No,
don't have a sense of fucking humor.
Yeah, that's to clear out
But-
the blood.
Once we figured it out, then we started playing with everyone who is an anti-gun person, and it was hilarious. Like it was funny.
See, Vincent, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think that meme went back to the USA Today chainsaw bayonet.
Yes, it did.
Chainsaw
Yeah.
Man, that's great.
That
I
went all the way
remember
back there.
So we're gonna go to this one.
Oh,
This
Oh, that's another.
I'm
good
so gonna get kicked off of YouTube for this one, but it's an airsoft, guys. Chill.
I think
Yeah,
maybe
I think the big crossman on the box would have given that away.
if you know, you know.
Yeah. This person said, absolutely disgusting that in America I can buy a full auto gun for us off a store shelf.
I wish it were that easy.
For a little bit.
Are they joking?
Seriously.
I know.
It should
Guys,
be that.
what's-
They
What-
should have
it
vending
should be.
machines.
No,
for
see,
'em.
we can't get automatic weapons because we're not Ukrainian.
Yeah.
What's
They
what's
have
the
no problem
with
giving
this?
automatic
Right,
weapons to
right.
Ukrainians, but to us, no.
Yeah.
So what's the problem with this for this dingbat?
Well, I mean, Vincent just hit the problem right square on the head. Every single person that says we shouldn't have guns like this in our country is the first one to say we need to send these kind of guns to Ukraine so that the people there can
Exactly.
defend.
Yep.
Yeah, I want my money back.
Well, then send them those guns.
Hey,
Right?
that's not a bad idea.
There
Wait,
we
hold
go.
up. Mike
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
hold up. Mike actually had a solution.
Yeah.
Send
amazing.
Ukraine airsoft guns.
Yeah.
Problem
Send
solved.
it.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey,
just send them a bunch of plane loads worth and just paint them all black, put some nice optics on them, and go, hey, well,
There you go.
from the U.S., good luck. And then when they get
I'm
out
up.
there on the battlefield,
I used to run
Then
traffic
the
stuff.
Russians will laugh themselves to death.
the
World
Russians
peace.
will send
There
us
we go.
money for a change.
Yeah.
Hey, I used to run traffic stop drills with airsoft guns. Them things aren't really a joke. They actually do hurt.
Oh, they hurt
Yeah,
if you get
they
hit.
do
They
hurt.
do.
Yeah.
They,
Oh no,
they're,
they do.
they
You're
are
not gonna
absolutely
die.
amazing to train with.
Just
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
no, I got a bruise on my bum.
I had
Okay,
a kid
you know what
pull
I'm
one
laughing
here.
about with that picture is the full auto 100 round or 100, BB pellet, whatever it is for the airsoft. That's fucking nothing. Again, if you're of a certain age, you remember the Lark International M19A. It was a Freon powered BB gun with 1,000 BBs a minute output.
Ooh.
Really?
And you had to
It's a
use
minigun, basically.
you got the big Freon cans before they stopped selling them, of course.
Yeah.
I had a kid pulling one of those airsoft rifles on me about 4 years ago. My daughter recorded it, thankfully, for the police. He pulled one out because I caught him trying to break into a house. There was nobody in there. They were rehabbing it. And I caught him breaking in. Well, he pulls it out of his backpack. Well, I pulled my wireless hole puncher, which was real. I never seen two kids scatter so quick in their life. Never seen them. They were like, poof, gone. They were like, ooh, we messed up. I'm like, yeah, you did.
They're like cockroaches.
That close. I'll just put it that way. That close.
Anyway, so now we moved past the hole puncher round of don't be that guy.
On
Don't
the staplers.
you know what? Just because you want to, I think the guy who posted the picture, he knew exactly what he was doing. He just wanted to sound popular. We get it. You want to sound like AOC, big Latino booty, and all this stuff, and you want to act like, oh, I'm serving something. No, you're not. It's like the people who throw paint and all the oil and whatever crap on the paintings. Guess what? There's a glass covering the paintings.
Yep.
You dingbats. It's not going to get ruined.
Porky
just-
utensils.
We play smarter. Yeah. It's so we're gonna get to this guy. I'll blow this up a little bit for everyone who's watching right now. This guy, he says, it has been, it is now, and it will forever be the Gulf of Mexico.
He can eat
How
my butt. He
is
can
this
eat my
guy?
shiny starfish.
He can suck on the old rusty sheriff's badge.
The old rusty trombone.
Guys,
Dude,
how stupid it is.
according to every fucking search engine you go to now, it's the Gulf of
Yeah.
America. Zoom
Even
in on it.
Apple.
Yeah.
For AP.
Isn't more like it's in America, like as in the continent of America.
Yeah, that's all it means. Literally, that's all it means. Because you got North America, you got Central America, you have South America. That's all it means.
We give
And
you
that's where most of
America.
it-
No,
Ta-da!
see, that's the
Most
thing.
fine.
You're expecting these people to look at this logically, and they don't do it because they are run by their emotions.
Yeah, they function on emotion. I agree 100%. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be
It's
different.
People
if
who are
it
doing that are the
involved
same
with
people
the
who go,
United
I don't
States.
like change.
See, they're all, oh, my feelings. It's like, motherfucker, I was in the Army for 18 years. I don't have feelings anymore.
That's right.
You
I've
can't
been in the
affect
fire
it.
Wait,
service for 18
hold up.
years. I don't
Time
have
out.
feelings.
Time out. Time out. Vincent, you
Got
said
one
you don't
feeling,
have-
and you're
you
stepping
don't
on
have
it.
any. You don't have any feelings.
Well, I did cry when my dog died. I have more feelings for animals than I do people.
Well, that's
And
okay.
I
Here's the thing.
I guess you could say that's a bit
That's
sociopathic,
understandable.
but then I'm okay with that. So
So I
Generally
worked.
a bad idea.
I worked with a guy on a job site, and he says, I don't have any feelings whatsoever. I told him, hey, at the end of this job, I will find that feeling. I'm going to tell you right now, I can find someone's emotional feeling. It's really good. And I found it. It was on a different job site. I pissed this dude off so hard that he was like, I'm going to fucking kill you. And I was like, damn. It was just like one little joke that I said. So anyone who tells me I have no feelings whatsoever,
okay,
trust
Steve,
me,
Steve,
I will find
Steve,
it.
we're gonna have a little
Yes.
contest when we eventually have this meet and greet.
Mm.
Oh, I will find it.
I challenge
I
you
I accept
challenge
that challenge
you.
Trust
too.
me.
to find my feelings.
Trust me.
And if you don't find my feelings, I'm going to put this out in the open right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to insist that you donate $500 to any charity that I name.
All right, wait.
And if you find my feelings, I'll do the
Yeah.
same thing.
Okay, that's a good one right there.
All right.
I'm going to
gentleman's
double
bet.
up on that. I'll double up on that as well. If you can find my feelings and make me react, I'll do the same thing.
Okay,
Oh,
now
I'll
I
do-
can't do this
oh.
with a whole bunch of people because 500 and 500.
I'm not talking about
He's-
you rat bastard.
I am a poor.
Me and him will sit there while Steve tries to find our feelings. We'll just both be like,
Oh, trust me, I'll find it.
You don't
I'll find it.
you don't enunciate like a poor Vincent, so I don't believe you.
No,
I'll find
it's
both
the-
your
the
emotions
benefits
so
of
good.
the benefits of a classical Catholic education because I did go to parochial school until
I've
high
been
school.
married. I've been married and divorced in the fire service for 18 years. Good luck.
I live in Canada.
Actually, I think
have
Dark
no
Helmet might
feelings
actually
about
win
that
this
inside.
one, but I'll find Vincent's. Don't worry. Oh,
Well,
I think
you
I have
say that.
I have some ideas. Don't worry.
Just
Mm.
just
say
give
that.
it, just give Vincent shit about the metric system. Just kidding.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna show my cards just yet. Don't worry. I have it all planned.
Your cards are short
Yeah.
like you.
Yeah,
Sun
sounds,
Cruise.
sounds a bit like
Here we go.
famous last words.
Anyways, let's not talk about my height,
Whatever
you
helps you
bastard.
sleep at night, brother.
The lovely Sherry just said showing boobs always brings a reaction. God, it does.
Yes, she is
does.
right.
She's not
Yep.
wrong.
She is 100% right.
So we're having that debate in my feed right now, and that whole boobs and ass thing. I'm all, you're both wrong. Or legs. Well, the legs
What?
end at the ass. Yeah, I'm all about
Yeah,
legs. not-
he's a
No,
leg man.
legs, because their feet are on the bottom and their pussies.
You
at
know
the top.
what? That's the
ZZ
gayest
Top for the
response
song.
ever.
Dude, I used to be all into tits and then ass, and then I moved into legs. Because when you're my age, if they still have good legs, the rest of them is pretty together.
What if it's a dude's legs that's shaved that looks like female? See, there you go. Problem solved.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're in a conundrum right there, buddy.
Hey, that's a big word
I'm
for
not
you.
the one who always fails hombre or senior.
That's a big word.
Hey,
you.
me myself. I went beyond legs. I'm a foot guy now. If her toenails are thick enough to pry a car door open, no,
Or weird.
nope.
Anyways, we'll
It's
get
a
to,
roll meme.
Uh,
Ah,
this
we'll get to
escalated.
the next one. Oh man, we're never gonna get to the main topic at this point. I know it.
Was there?
All right,
I mean-
so this little twat, Canadian Spider-Man. What do you see the problem with this image?
He's virtue signaling like a mofo. Yeah. Well, I mean, what is he doing with the? What is he doing with the mask?
He has
And-
a beard.
And
Over.
it's not exactly, and it's not doing anything. So the only reason he'd be wearing that is to virtue signal and smoking a cigarette through it. Obviously, he doesn't care about his health.
I'm so
Virtue
glad you
signaling.
found that one out.
He's a virtue signaling motherfucker,
Ooh, that bandana. That is so badass.
right?
What? I
Wow.
think
He's a
that's
virtue
troll.
signal.
Wow. I am frightened.
You know why I can call
think
this?
that's troll because
I
of the
can call-
cigarette,
Oh, good.
and also that's a drywall mask. That only works for dry particulate. That doesn't work
It's not an
for
N95.
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah, the last time I saw anybody using those kind of masks and they weren't working on drywall was a dude that used to like to spray paint in them and then huff inside the mask. So
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
No, when
Does
that
that
all
work?
well, that's like
There
in
we
the
go.
fire service. When that all started, you know, we had the N95s, we had the surgical masks, which are surgical masks are completely useless. They're meant to keep you from putting particulates on somebody else. That's all they're meant
Yeah.
for.
And vice
But-
versa.
Yeah, exactly. And I got it twice. And I'm a smoker, you know, drinker. At the time, I was overweight. I was actually obese. I'll be honest about it. I made it. Yeah, I was a fat fuck. I'll be honest about it. It was. Hey, I'm honest about it. But I lost all that weight. But I got it twice. Guess what? I made it through it just fine.
You got the
anybody
Obama phone?
You.
Virtue signaling. That's it.
No, the problem I have with this picture is it's
Everything?
a guy who
He's a male feminist, probably.
Yes.
No, okay, so here's the thing. Here's the problem with male feminists is male feminists only want one thing.
Yeah, we know what it
It's
is.
disgusting.
Yeah, we don't have
Pigs.
to what?
Disgusting pigs.
What?
the eye roll got me. The eye roll got me. I was fine. Oh, the eye roll.
You're just jealous because you can't do an eye roll.
I mean, I can, but only one of them listens.
I love you, brother. I love you to death.
The other one's doing its own thing.
No. So the problem with this
It's an
is
eye roll, but it's more of a barrel roll.
Dark Helmet is right. He's a male feminist. The problem is though, feminists have caught on to the guys who are male feminists. Like sometimes we trash women, sometimes on this podcast we do, but we love
They
women.
deserve it.
Yeah, if you deserve it. The same thing with guys. It doesn't matter.
Same thing with
We
guys.
don't care what two genders you are. The 750,000 bajillion other genders, you can fuck off. But but it's like I've talked to some women who are feminists, like third wave feminists and fourth
Right.
wave and whatever. I don't even know how many waves there are.
We're up to wave 11, Tino. I'm just saying.
Ah, Jesus, dude, I gotta catch up. But they've all know, yeah, these guys are slobs. I was like, yeah, they're a bunch of virgin YouTube pulp culture nerds who sit in their mom's basement who doesn't know what a vagina is. Like, those are those guys, and they think I got this in the bag. No, I don't think you do, because I guarantee if you take a feminist out to the country and you ride a horse and you break a horse, not break a horse like actually like physical, like abusively,
break
but
a horse
break it a
to
wild horse.
Train it. Yeah.
I'm clarifying because I know Peter probably might watch and be like, "How dare you?" I'm like, no. And then that feminist is gonna be like, "Oh lordy," and then she's gonna have a southern accent. And she'd be like, "Ooh," like feminist guys.
You do manly things around a feminist, and they're going to get moist.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
moist. Do you understand that women hate the word moist?
Absolutely. That's why I said it.
Yeah,
I
why.
love
And
it.
I support your use of using it.
Yeah, you said it in the right context.
And you enunciated.
Shut up.
Moist.
So moist.
Shut up.
Moist.
When a woman sees
right.
a real man break a horse, guess what a feminist? If a feminist sees a real man break a horse, she's
A
going
what?
to want to be.
A hoist?
Hey, shut your
My
mouth!
name is Dark Helmet. I'm from the show.
Hey, no. If a feminist sees a real man break a horse,
Bread
she's
makes
going to
me
want to be
poop.
broken.
Y'all work that out. I'm going to go send my taint real quick before the sun.
So we're gonna get into the question of the night.
Moist
Yeah.
and soggy.
Moist.
Oh, man.
It's panty dropping time.
So we're gonna go around the table. What was the most honest advice given to you, Rick?
Don't try to turn a hoe into a housewife.
Good
And I
advice.
Wait, are
didn't-
you
I
joking or
didn't
is that serious? Because that's a really good.
No, that's exactly what my dad said to me. Quit trying to turn a hoe into a housewife. And I didn't listen. I should have.
That's not a bad one.
You never heard
That's
that before?
really- No, I have. I just never.
I've never heard that before.
It's a good
Really?
one.
Well, you're from Canada, so you're like 20 years behind on the times.
Go back to
Well.
Canada.
I know.
It's true.
That is a good advice. That's pretty blunt.
Yeah.
That's like your dad saying, like, look, your girlfriend's a hoe.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And
That's rough.
that was the message he was conveying. And
Ho.
but I love her, Dad.
Ho's a bit general. If you
It
say,
is nowadays.
yeah, bone addict slut, that's, yeah.
Whoa,
Keep in mind,
What?
keep in mind, this was over 20 years ago.
What?
Keep in mind, this advice was given over 20 years ago. It wasn't quite as general back then.
Okay.
Really?
I still hold.
Now your dad would be like, your hooker, not good. Dark Helmet.
This was probably 30 years ago with my grandfather when he was still alive. He looked at me.
Don't
one
be a
day
liberal.
and- well, besides that, and don't be a bitch. But he told me one day, he's like, if a woman is not willing to reciprocate the giving and she only wants to receive, but is not willing to reciprocate that giving in return and give you the same amount of respect and loyalty back, don't bother. Move on. Go somebody else.
Yeah.
And I really wish I would have listened 18 years ago. Oh, I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, yeah.
I messed
Canadian
up.
Spider-Man. Don't look like a Brokeback Mountain.
Wetback.
Don't piss off the cartels while
Wait, no,
podcasting
sorry.
in Mexico.
I correct myself. Don't look like a Wetback Mountain.
Yeah, no, the
Joke well crafted.
Sorry.
a very good friend of mine who actually has fled Canada decades ago and is living in Eastern Australia now. A very good friend of mine was brutally honest. This was in university. We were 20 and we were dudes. We were working together and we were doing. We actually took gymnastics together just to stay in shape, and because that's where the girls were. At 20 years old, we were doing trampoline and floor, and that was a lot of fun. But he told me one day, he said, "Dude, your breath stinks. It's like you got like continual bad breath." And he's like, and so I went and saw a doctor, or not a doctor. What are the teeth doctors called?
Dentist?
Dennis?
Dentist. Yeah,
Do you
I
have
went to
those in Canada?
guys. Yeah.
Damn it!
We
I
have
was gonna
teeth
say the
doctors.
same thing.
Yeah.
We have teeth doctors up here.
Few and far between,
and-
but yeah.
And apparently, yeah, he just adjusted my flossing routine, and it was all good. So, but if this guy is practically like a brother to me. I grew up, spent more time in his house in high school than my own because of his sister, and so yeah, I'm just. Sometimes it pays to be brutally honest because now at 50 something, I still have all my teeth except for the one that got like knocked out with a fire extinguisher.
So you no longer have breath like an open tomb. That's outstanding.
That's right. But that was brutal to hear, and you had, okay, well, I better take this seriously. And because you can't, if you have bad breath, I think you're immune to it.
Dental health is very important to your overall physical health. People don't realize
really
that.
is.
Yeah.
This was 30 years ago, so I'm glad I got onto it early. And we can't understate that point that you just made, Mr. Dark Helmet. That is absolutely correct.
I spent $12,000 getting my teeth fixed. It's my fault, I didn't take care of them like I should have, and I'm honest enough to admit it. I spent $12,000 last year having my teeth fixed, and I still have work to go. My fault. I accept that as a man. I screwed up, but I'll tell you what. I'm not sick as much now. I don't have dental pain like I used to anymore. You know, I still have a long way to go, but I do genuinely feel better. My health is a lot better because of it, and I lost weight. And my dentist even told me, she's like, "They can better cure your teeth."
Well, you're looking
like
good.
Now. Oh, I lost 100 pounds, but she said part of it is probably taking care of my teeth. I don't get sick as much and everything. It caused me to lose weight because of it and everything. She's like, it was my body's part of it, not all of it, but it was part of it. That was my body's reaction to not doing what I should have done. My fault, and I'm honest about that. I say that because I want other men to understand. Take care of your dental health. It is very important.
No, I'm on the same page. I've got a couple implants now, and probably, hindsight being 2020. Not that I was getting all fucking yuck mouth, but they living my life, they'd break really easy.
Yeah.
It's like, I lost a crown when we were doing a KLRN Playlist, which reminds me, we're doing Alice in Wonderland coming up here on Friday.
Yeah, you guys didn't invite me, you bastards. So
you didn't say you wanted in.
Dude, you're in one of the rooms where we've been talking about it all the time. So
I work! I can't look at my
shit there.
Steve, you're just too pretty to be on there.
I know.
Yeah.
No, it's
no. The thing is, he's going to have to read a script, and we know what happens when Steve tries to read things.
His eyes start switching.
Our stage isn't midget compliant. We've got to work on that before the next one.
Comic book.
My name is Rick. I can only see out of one eye. Tyler. I got him.
He saw that one coming.
Facing out.
No, sadly, I didn't.
Now leave a message at the beep.
Beep.
He wasn't watching. He was watching hentai because it's art.
Which eye?
It was. Hold up. It was tentacle hentai.
Oh God.
He's like, that could fit in. Anyways, Tyler, what is the most honest advice given to you?
Wait, was it honest or brutal? I don't remember. I think it was brutal,
Both.
right?
Brutal, honest. It can be
both.
the same. Yeah. What are we
Get your shit
picking
together.
genders here?
Sure.
It was it's just very blunt to the point. Get your shit together. And dude, it's from my best friend Ian, dude, and he was absolutely right. I was fucking up. He called me out about a lot of things. So I lost one of my best friends 2 weeks after my grandma, and I lost him to suicide. So, like it hurt even fucking worse. So I use that. Looking back now, I use that as an excuse just to be blind drunk constantly. I stopped surfing, I stopped skating, I stopped doing all this shit, and I ballooned all the way up to like 230 pounds. And just using grief as an excuse to not take care of myself. And yeah, one day he just called me out. Just like, dude, get your shit together, man. Like, look at you. What the fuck? What is this? I've always been around like 175, 180 or so. And yeah, to get all the way up to 230, dude, I was fucking up big time and just drinking like not every single night, but like pretty much every night. I needed to hear it, dude. And like he didn't talk to me for like a week. And like when I tried to reach out, he was still a fucking asshole. Just like, dude, I've already told you this, man. Like, stop fucking drinking, get your shit together. But it was so like blunt to the point, and that's exactly what I needed. So I thank him for that, honestly.
Yeah.
As I take a drink now, but again, I drink like 2 to 3 days a month instead of like 4 or 5 days a week.
I've been there. I understand that all too well, my man.
Mike Lorber.
Yes. Hold on a second here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Is this something important?
No. Well, no. I'm
We
good.
want you to apologize for being Canadian.
I'm only searching through 500 videos.
Oh, you're doing that. Sorry. Okay, got it. You got
No,
the
that's
creep
fine.
shop
That's
going.
fine. Yeah. Oh. We're
Divided
shippers
among
now,
6
so
of us,
there
it won't take long.
No, that's true. Santa Cruz, California. Anyway, the most honest advice somebody ever gave to me is,
Don't go bald.
I tried. Well, yeah, no, it's too late for that. Yeah, there you go. No, I want to say I'm a people pleaser, but I like to get along with everybody, right? And one of the pieces of advice that a friend gave to
You're
me,
you're
a while ago
roboting
is,
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're dropping in and out, getting distorted.
yeah.
What?
You can't. Yeah, you can't be friends with everybody.
Okay.
Simple as that.
I think I have an idea of what what the advice was saying.
Yeah, you can't be friends with everybody.
Probably.
No, you can't.
That, and then also you can't
Yeah.
have Canadian
No, you can't.
internet because you sound like a
No,
fucking
no.
robot.
No.
Beep boop beep boop.
Exactly.
There's one
Yeah.
Canadian with good
No,
internet
you
back
can't be
there.
Yeah, wait, hold up.
No,
that
you can't be friends
explains
with
a lot
everybody, so
right
don't
there.
even try.
How does Canadian?
Yeah, he's in the middle of
now he's
fucking nowhere.
frozen. Whatever. I know.
Beep boop,
Yeah.
Beep boop beep boop.
And
Sorry,
he can't
I'm
even
from
cut a
Toronto.
log right.
Go figure.
Oh,
No, you can't be friends with everybody, so don't even try.
No. you
Okay,
can't.
much
Yeah.
better. You sound much better now. Awesome.
There
He
we
had
go.
to
Yeah,
close out,
I
he had to
close
close
another
out more
window.
video tabs.
I did actually. Yeah.
The hentai videos were clocking up a lot of your internet.
It's
It's
amazing
art,
when you
you're
close
close.
all your porn tabs.
Hentai.
It's
hard.
horse videos.
Wait, hold up. What did Canadian Spider-Man just ask?
I have no idea what hentai is. I've heard that word. I don't know what
Hentai
it is.
is
It's a type of sushi.
But you're in for a treat.
erotic Japanese animation. It's always blatantly sexual, and it usually involves aliens or life forms with tentacles, inserting them into
Squids.
women's various orifices.
But
Bro, you know way too much
no
about
real
this.
girls.
That explains why Japan's birth rate is dropping.
Yes, exactly. That and the
No.
panties that you can buy in the vending machines.
All right, so who did I
It makes
miss?
more sense when you understand this, when you understand the context, is that we nuked them twice. That explains hentai. That explains the vending machines of used panties. That explains all of Japan.
Oh my God, we've
Wait,
created
whoa,
monsters.
time out. Before we go to the next person, vending machines for used panties?
Yes, I have direct
Yeah.
knowledge of this.
Yeah.
In,
What?
Oh, you do?
Yep, north of Tokyo. Tokyo is not one city. It's a ring of cities that were
It's a
previously
bunch of individual cities that are run
Right.
by a central bureaucracy.
Yes, and in the
Like
north,
Greece.
it's a train hub, and it's called Ueno, the city of Ueno. It's part of Tokyo, and in Ueno, all the English teachers, all the Gaijin white English teachers have heard rumors of the vending machine that vends dirty panties somewhere in Ueno, and I have
And you
chased
bought
down
'em all.
every rumor just for like as a cultural anthropologist. It was strictly for my paper that I was writing.
Right.
And I searched high and low for this, and I followed every tip and lead, and it was removed. It is no longer, but it used to be there. It used to
Now, Canadian Spider-Man,
Huh.
did you rank the panties from
be. I
smell?
never found it.
He
Was
never
ever
found the
didn't?
machine. No.
I never
Oh,
found it.
man.
Well, that's what he
Not only
says.
can you not read, you cannot pay attention.
You need, shut up.
He's deaf. We had this discussion earlier.
See,
I
it seems
searched
to
high
explain
and
to you
low.
it's a fetish thing, much like Dark Helmet's feet thing.
But you
Mm.
can
Yeah.
you can find vending machines in Ueno, especially near the train platforms, and because Ueno is a
For
train
used
hub, that's where
bras.
you get all the best. No, but everything you can buy batteries, you can buy neckties, you can buy little portable radios, you can buy hot tea in the same machine you can buy cold tea or beer from. It's amazing, the vending machine. Top of Mount Fuji, there's frigging vending machines up top there. The vending machine culture in Japan is worthy of an ethnography, and that was the ethnography paper that I was trying to write, looking for the used panty machine. That was the only reason I was looking for it. Never found it.
Japan's vending.
And you thought that he was a guy who only ate deer hearts on video. This guy's a fucking scholar, and I love him to death.
Yeah.
You're awesome,
Yeah.
Canadian Spider-Man.
Anyways, so who did I miss for this question?
You missed me, you cunt.
And me.
I know. What a
And
douche.
Orty.
Hey, well, I needed.
See, he depends on us for comic relief, right, Orty? But he can't even ask us a fucking question.
I know.
I got your number.
Hey, forget about
What
you
a-
guys until I
what a
need the
dick.
yucks. Then I expect you to light it up.
The Canadians got all the
Okay,
airtime,
Steve.
but
I
not
like how
you.
Rick is laughing. Which
Yeah.
eye are you looking at the camera right now?
I know Rick's is like,
Left
this
or
is
right?
awesome.
All
Rick's
right,
all like,
you want to
I've
know my
only
advice?
enjoyed this. What? What
You
were
want to know
gonna
my
say?
advice, Steve?
Yes.
This is advice that my father gave me when I was 12 years old. He said, "No one cares."
That's
The vast majority of people are more concerned about their own daily life and doing their own thing. They don't care about you. If you do anything that they notice, like was mentioned earlier, they're going to notice it for about maybe 10, 15 seconds, and then they're going to forget about it, and they're going to go on with the rest of their day.
Yep.
Because they internalize. They care about themselves. The only way you could possibly break that would be to like set off a bomb in public or have something catastrophic happen to break them of that. And he told me, he said, don't worry about making other people happy. Don't worry about what other people are going to think about you, because in the end, no one cares. Worry about you and worry about your own, and that's it.
It goes back to the spotlight thing that Tyler was talking about earlier, that you're hyper-focused on your, whatever, your stutter, whatever you got going on. Nobody else fucking cares. They don't have time to care. They just,
Exactly.
let's not bust on you for a second. And that's
no, that is
No, that's very true. Like in the past year since I've become, a Christian, got baptized, everything. But I was the same way, I didn't care about anybody else. It was just me, myself. I didn't worry about anybody else. Now, I try to care more about people that matter to me. Let me put it that way, that matter to me. Like if Steve wants to come to me and talk to me about something, I will listen. Any of you guys are to come to me and talk to me about something, I'll keep it quiet. I'll keep it to myself, but I will listen, because you all matter to me. And I'm more concerned about people that matter to me than just myself. But your dad was right. Absolutely 100%. Most people, they don't give a damn. They don't. And I can understand not caring because everybody has a lot going on in their lives. But I think we also, as men, we have to we also have to listen to other men in our lives. Even if it's quiet, you keep it to yourself quietly, because, hey, we're men. We need other men to talk to about certain things. Because women are not going to understand and they're not going to understand certain things. But I understand what your dad's getting at, because most people, they don't care. They just don't.
No, I think women, not to rag on women again, but...
I'm not trying to rag on women.
No, not at all.
That wasn't.
Not at all.
No,
But
not at all.
they always say, open up to me. Tell me what you're feeling. Not on a fucking bet.
No, because the moment you do, they will look
you will-
down on you.
You will weaponize what I
Yep.
tell you.
Yes.
yeah.
So
I watched the video where this guy, he said the reason why men don't open up to women is because what Vincent just said is you'll weaponize it against us in some way, and then we'll never open up to you. Like, that's the thing. Like, when it comes to, I know it goes a little bit sidetracked a little bit from the question, but when men open up about what they're struggling with and what they're dealing with in general, they're going to guys that they trust. And it's rarely ever a woman that we go to that we trust, because we know they're going to weaponize us at some point. And
probably the only woman that you could talk to something about that would be your mother.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
I
mother,
talked
your
I
mother,
talked to my
and
mom.
to an extent, your grandmother, because I
Your
used to have
sister,
sex
my
with my
grandmother.
grandmother a lot.
my sister.
Yeah, I talk to my sisters a lot.
No, I couldn't do that with my sisters because
I can talk to my mom about a lot of
talk to
things,
my
but I
sister.
won't.
to be brutally honest, I did not get along with my sisters at all.
Like
It's gotten better as I've gotten older, but when I was like from my teens up until about maybe 5-6 years ago, I think I spoke to them maybe I can count on one hand. Because after my father died, a lot of shit got put out in the open, and I'm like, okay, fuck all y'all. And I didn't speak to him for a long time after that.
Wow.
That's
now,
a shame.
if I may, real quick,
Yeah.
Please
just so I'm
do.
not talking over anybody. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I have 2 women in my life I can actually talk to and open up to. One's my mom because she'll check me. She loves me to death, but she'll put me in my place and check me. I respect that. I love that to death.
That's what moms are supposed to do.
Yeah, she's not.
Yeah.
She don't baby me. She will check me. And I have a friend, female friend, I've known for 30 plus years since we were teenagers. When I'm wrong, she will check me. She'll stop me and go, "Stop being an asshole. Stop doing this. Stop doing this. You need to change this in your life." And I respect that. Those are the 2 women I can open up to because they'll put me on my place when I need to be put in my place. Men need to be put in our place sometimes. We do.
Yeah.
And we should accept that. It's not always easy. It can be humbling. It can hit our egos because we're men. We have egos. And sometimes it's hard for men to humble ourselves. It just is sometimes. But those are the 2 women that I can open up to because of that. And I respect that.
As long as you're aware that
Okay, I hear somebody grumbling back there.
Yeah. Hold up. I heard a grumbling and I heard Tyler. Tyler, what was you gonna say?
It's nice to have a female perspective on some things, dude. Like, I'm really lucky to be close with my sisters and my mom. They called it fucking years before that my marriage wasn't going to work, and I should have fucking listened. I should have listened because they knew what they were talking about.
I will.
women know other
And
women.
who made the grumblings?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Who made the grumbling
That
sound?
was me.
No, that's okay. We
Oh,
want to hear your
yeah.
perspective, brother.
That was
He's gonna
that
go
was
in
mine.
robot mode right now.
Yeah.
I will say this. I've said it a couple times. Men are stupid.
Yeah,
On
we
a
do.
Am I
level
fall asleep
of-
or is he just freeze up?
No, it's Mike. He's frozen.
Okay, I thought he just fell asleep.
He does look like he's about to fall asleep right now. Na 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 na. No. So I'll say this: men are stupid on levels of a lot of things. Where we will do stupid things, like I don't know, any activity that involves stunts. But when a woman gives an advice, I would always say kind of listen. If it's your wife, your sisters, or your mom, I would say those 3. That kind of makes sense because your sisters know you very well. Your mom knows you completely well. And your wife knows you pretty well also. So they understand. Like I always use the example of if someone's gonna come in and break into your house, a guy's gonna be instantly like get to the door with the gun and all that stuff. The wife is gonna be like, well, how many guys is behind the door? Oh, I didn't think about that. Like we don't think about like women think about things that guys don't when it comes into adrenaline. And some guys may think like, no, women are stupid, know this stuff. Like,
Okay,
hold up,
Steve, whoever
What?
you know that says that, did your wife say that?
No, but she's
she-
smarter than me.
Yeah, if she did, hang on to her. Because I have never met a woman that spatially aware who would
No,
know.
my wife. This is
No.
what my wife
Absolutely.
does.
If
Shut up.
someone broke
Shut
into
up,
the house,
idiot Spider-Man.
with Ordy.
they would be losing their shit.
It's
No, it's so I will do something where I'm trying to fix something in the apartment. And she's like, "Well, hold up. Is there a wire behind there?" Me working on houses and stuff, I should know that. Or if there's like, hey, there's like some sketchy people outside of our apartment complex, which happened the other night, and I slept on the couch with the gun next to me. I was like, I'm ready. And she's like,
You
well,
mean a
make sure
wireless
there's
hole puncher?
yeah, wireless hole puncher. She said, make sure that how many people are behind that door. I wasn't thinking that. Like that's the thing. Like some women actually have some intuitions of like, well, break it down. What's the scenario? And I'm like, I didn't even think about that. Like that's pretty smart. So I'll say this: there are some things that women do that are really smart that guys don't think about, and it's not saying guys are dumb all the way,
No.
but there's some things that like when we're protecting our house, we're not thinking a lot of different scenarios. Sometimes there are sometimes some women are just plain stupid. If you don't know that, go drive in California. Um, but there are some women that are like, hey, how many guys are behind there?
Well,
And
I
all
think your
that
wife is
situation.
pure breed, dude. You got a unicorn right there.
I do. I
If a
have.
woman were to
definitely.
tell me, if like say somebody were trying to break in the house, and you go, and she were to ask me that, say, "Hey, how many people are behind the door?" I'd be like, "Good point. I'm grabbing my rifle."
Yeah.
I think those girls would just be like, "Oh my god!"
I'd be like,
I'm
good
kicking
point.
up the firepower
My wife's like,
there.
which gun? My wife's like, which hole puncher do you want me to use? I'm like, yeah.
I'd be like,
That's when I
I
bring
have
out
a
Bertha.
unicorn.
You hand me the next.
how
Yeah.
many people are in there? It's like, good point. So
Here,
I
take
go
this
out
pistol.
there
I'm grabbing this.
But no,
naked
it
with-
is
naked
true.
with face
I
paint and 2 swords.
like I'll bag on women when it comes to driving and comes to a bunch of other things, but when it comes to like women institution, like not institution, that's bad. Like intuition. Thank you. Like your sisters, your mother, or your wife. Guys, sometimes we have to listen to those things because it's not. I'm watching Canadian Spider-Man Chop Wood right now, and it's distracting a little bit,
It
but
is.
It's
it's
hypnotic.
more of hey, I'm putting you in check. Kind of that thing. Like, for example, like the most honest advice was from my dad because there was a point in college where I treated my mom like crap at one point. It's just I got to the age where I was stupid and I was an idiot. And my stepdad at the time, he goes, "You know you're a fucking asshole to your mom." And it just hit me. And I'm like, dang. And I wanted to get emotional, but he was right. I was like, you know what? I'm treating my mom like crap. And he's like, how about you actually treat her like a woman? Treat her kindly. And since then, I've always tried to call my mom once a week. And now I'm calling her like maybe 5 times a week. And it's because she doesn't hear from my brothers as much. And just talking to her. And that resonated so much. I think that was the buildup of because here's the thing. Here's one thing with guys is there's 2 different types of guys, and I mentioned this at before the show started that there's 2 different types of guys. There's guys who can handle blunt, honest advice, and then there's some guys who can't. You have to judge that. If a guy is very emotional, you can't be that honest with them because they won't know how to handle it because they don't have the thick skin.
Mhm.
It's if you're telling them, hey, look, you're being an asshole on this stream, or you're being an asshole around your girlfriend, your wife, or whatever, your family. Like, if that person doesn't know how to handle honest advice, then you kind of have to kind of baby it a little bit. And I don't know if you guys agree, but then there's some guys like I think with us, I can come to you guys, I can come to Tyler. I was like, hey, look, you're balding, right? Like that's the other thing. Like, yeah, I got you.
Well, you got to
Yeah.
hit me in my insecurities, man.
I know, right? Just do that. Here's the other thing. I talked to Gary about this, and he brought this up. He's like, guys who do comb overs, they're the most insecure people ever because they do
Yeah.
the comb over thing. Just shave your head. If you're balding, just shave your head. Because here's the thing. Not only, well, you're going to feel a little insecure a little bit
It
when
looks
you're
better.
bald. It's like when you do the mustache, just straight up mustache, you feel a little insecure because you feel like you're in the 70s porn video, and you'll get over it. But when it comes to balding, now some guys they don't have the head for it sometimes. But if you're balding, just shave it off. Because here's the thing: when spring comes down, yeah, eating a banana, you have Lizzo. And when you get the breeze against your head, oh, it feels so good. And plus, it's cheaper.
Low maintenance.
Yeah,
I'll
Tyler.
think about it.
Hmm.
I'll think about it. I got
I know.
really cool hair, though, just on top.
I know you
it's
do, but guess
thin.
what? You got a Yamaha going on. That's my advice. Just shave your head.
Go with the mohawk. I think
I'm roasting you.
No,
I got a head like an egg. I don't think I can pull it off.
At least you're honest. That's the other thing. If you could take it in strides, like, I mean, that's not advice for you guys, but like, that's the thing. If there's a guy who has a comb over and it's a bald guy telling another guy who has a comb over, it's like, dude, just shave it. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? People are going to look at you funny? Who cares? Like,
The only reason I
People
don't-
will adjust to what you look like with a balding head. They will. If you shave it all off, they'll get used to it over time.
Yeah, the only reason I don't want to is because we already have a couple of guys in my family that do shave their heads, and I just don't want to.
I'm so grateful it doesn't
You
run
rebel.
in our family.
you
So
pussy.
happy.
I
That
swear a
looks
lot.
shaving your head.
And Canadian Spider-Man, you got to take bites out of that banana,
My
not
balls.
swallow it whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Jeez,
Canadian
that's-
Spider-Man's like, I'm going deep.
you
He was
have,
just
to,
like, ah.
you have to get close to the camera and you have to maintain eye contact with everybody while you eat that
Absolutely.
banana.
Thank you for bringing that
Yeah.
up. I appreciate
And
it.
you have to wink while you do it.
Yep.
Get
You gotta
One
cross
wink,
your
one wink,
eyes.
one eye. Just be like,
Hey.
boys.
Hey, some of us only have one, sir.
Well,
hey,
yeah.
you're the
two.
only
You
person that
got to
can
work
look.
with it, man.
You're the only guy here that can look at both screens at once.
Damn.
Rick, you've got
He's-
both eyes. They're
I'm
just
jealous.
not parallel.
He's
Yeah.
multitasking.
Yeah, exactly. And
Rick,
I'm jealous.
You have both working eyes. Just one wants to fuck with you.
It's just his software drivers are wrong. He's
Fuck
got
you all,
he's
dude.
got to load new ones.
He needs to update his software.
Oh,
I'm glitchy.
Now that we're all going to hell now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll save you, Steve.
I reserved that. I reserved that. I punched that ticket a long time ago, man.
I bet you did.
Dude, I've made a joke about the Pope like 4 times today, so I'll just save it. Right.
Yeah.
Dude, that was the first thing I did when I heard. It's like I posted it on X. It's like you do know what to do when a pope dies. They're like, and it's like, don't worry, another one will pope up.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, ever since the other day when
Oh,
I was reminded about the Pope hammer, I've had Bang Bang Maxwell Silver Hammer stuck in my head. And I hope that they played that for me.
Oh God. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
So when the
Well.
Pope passed away, does that mean one less kid's going to be doodled?
Yeah.
I come from a
Yeah.
Catholic family. I can say that.
Okay.
So wait,
That way.
Steve goes on a rant. God, I would pay $100 to watch a llama fuck his face right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was good.
It was
I
my
love
turn to give an
wow.
answer. I could have been smoking the whole time he's prattling on.
Yeah. That's true. You could have.
Oh, God. I
Oh,
choked while
man.
taking a drink.
Dude, you want to read something really weird about the Pope? Google the Pope's testicle chair.
What?
What? That's a thing?
What does that mean?
Actually, it's
That's what I'm wondering.
it's more of an urban legend than anything else. But yeah, just read it. The Pope's testicle chair.
Okay. See, now I have to Google this.
It's
Okay,
it's
I got to
entertaining.
Google it, you
Man.
sick bastard.
Huh.
Basically, what it is, it's a medieval legend about a ritual. It was like a chair with a hole in it, like a toilet, and the new pope would sit in the chair, and his balls
Oh my
would drop
God.
down, and they would
Huh.
verify his masculinity.
Wow, I Googled it. I got a picture.
Wow. 1644. Oh, and there's an
Sounds-
illustration.
Oh,
That
Well,
actually
I'll
sounds
be.
quite comfortable.
Well, you Canadians
Yeah.
are safe. It won't work for you, but
no.
Well, no, that's true. So
We've tucked them away in our purses.
we've already had Justin Trudeau in office. We don't expect another male.
No.
yeah,
So-
you're going to get
Huh.
something even worse.
It's kind of like a medieval toilet in a way.
Yeah, it is.
That explains everything.
Because supposedly the legend says there was a female pope at one time, but
Yes.
it has
Ladies, always remember,
Yeah.
when you think men are cheating, no, this is what we're doing. We're looking up weird stuff like this.
And
Yeah.
we're telling Ordy is telling us about a llama fucking me. Guess what?
This is
I can still hear you guys. I have an earpiece.
No, I just
we
said
know.
It's
I'd
called
say
a
I'm
hearing
watching
aid, sir.
your
Yeah, we
face.
heard you in the shitter just a minute ago.
Good.
Yeah. I'm glad. Fine.
I'm
Canadian
good.
Spider-Man's
Yeah.
like, what size was it?
Canadian Spider-Man sitting there going, man, I'm glad I live up here right now.
I'm so far away
Yeah.
from all of you freaks.
Yeah, but we're not the.
You
We're
know what?
not the,
I'm gonna find Canadian Spider-Man.
Said the guy
And
who
I'm
eats
just gonna be
bananas
able-
for the shape.
Yeah.
Canadian Spider-Man. We're not the people sitting here eating a banana in one bite.
Yeah. Eating bananas for the shape and eating Snickers vein side down on purpose.
It's efficient.
it's all veiny and triumphant.
Oh God.
It's efficient.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
It's very vascular.
Very vascular. Very veiny. Very thick.
What?
Oh.
Girthy.
It's girthy.
It's about this big, guys.
I may be
God,
short.
Man-O-Rama has just gone off the rails.
A little
That was
nutty.
last night.
I only had one question, and then we tried. I
Did
think
I'm-
we
We
even
tried so hard, but it didn't work.
Dude, honestly, we could do a round two, man. There's so much good advice we've gotten over the years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I didn't even give it the first one. So
Take care of
you
your-
have that, Tyler. You do your second one. That'll be fine. I'll wait.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'll let you answer. Hold up. Let's have Prima Donna answer the question.
No, you lost it now.
No.
You no longer deserve my wisdom.
Whatever.
Oh, I love you to death.
So-
That's great.
So
The
Ordy,
wisdom will withhold.
All right.
what was the most honest advice given to you?
You had your window, man. It's over.
What, now you're gonna act like you're on your
Her
period
feelings.
now? Jesus.
Yes.
Okay.
He
Oh,
needs
okay,
some man time.
You assume he's acting.
So this one,
Oh,
it's actually, my father had a lot of wisdom, but he never really it wasn't brutally honest. It was just more like life. But the most brutally honest advice I ever got, and that's actually stuck with me, is that I remember it was like I was in high school. I was partying my ass off. It was one of my first jobs. It wasn't my first job. It was one of my first jobs. And I came into work just hungover as fuck, and I was absolutely useless. And one of my coworkers pulled me aside, and it was like I was the only teenager there. Everybody who was working there was in their 20s and 30s. He pulled me aside and said, "Oh, look, dude, we all party, we all drink, we all come in feeling like shit, especially on a Sunday brunch. Get your shit together because we came here to work, and you're fucking up the whole team. So either go home or pull it together. Stick your finger down your throat. Do what you got to do."
Yeah.
And from that moment on, I was just like, "Holy shit!" That's when I learned work is work, partying is partying. Don't let your partying interfere with your work. And everything I've done through my life, as fucked up as I've gotten or whatever, I never let it interfere with my work.
Bingo.
Nice.
From that moment.
That's good advice.
Yep. Yep.
I had a friend that he was kind of fucking up his marriage, and he straightened up, but the father-in-law said, "If you ever fuck this up even more, I will find you." And that was the only
have a
advice he ever gives.
Set of skills,
Don't
and
fuck
fine.
this up. Yeah. And my buddy, he's like, "I'm going to straighten up everything. I'm not going to drink as much. I'm not going to do all this stupid thing." Like, he did a lot of really stupid things. Even like a lot other guys were like, "Hey, you need to chill." But it was that sit down where it's like the father-in-law looked like he was about to just take him out. Like, you know what? Don't fuck up this because that's my daughter. Like, it's like if I have kids, I'm gonna do the same thing. Like if I have daughters, I'm like, "Look, kid, you want to marry my daughter? Don't screw this up. Because if you screw this up, guess what? You got to talk to me. There's no law enforcement that's gonna stop me from what I would do to you." And I know a lot of guys that got in that conversation. That's the other thing. I hate this is a little tangent. I hate when you get like when you meet a girl that you're dating in college, whatever the situation is, and then you get the brothers. They'll go, if you do anything, blah blah blah. Oh, I'm gonna take you out. I was like, what are you gonna do?
It's dad
Like,
you have to worry about.
Yeah.
yeah. I remember
Yeah.
I went on a homecoming date, and the dad was cleaning the shotgun. I was scared out of my mind. I was a freshman in high school. I was like, what?
I use
What
that
kind
as
of?
I use that as an opportunity to talk to the dude about guns. I'm like, hey, I like to go shooting too. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And just nail him completely.
Like if I have daughters and they say, hey, my homecoming or prom date's coming, I was like, give me 10 minutes. And they'll come to my back office, which will be having all my movie props and my guns and all that stuff. And I'll be cleaning a shotgun or a rifle or whatever it is. The kid's going to be completely freaked out of his mind. But it's like, no, you don't have to. It's more of like a scare tactic at that point. But it's like, hey, I just want to get to know you. It just so happened I'm cleaning my gun. And if I have like 3 daughters, like, hey, look, I'm cleaning the same gun 3
Dude,
days in a row, which I don't need to do.
I have a daughter, and I did have that talk. Except I didn't clean my guns. I didn't sharpen any knives. I just looked at him and I said, if you hurt my daughter in any way, shape, or form, you won't know what hit you because you won't see me coming. It'll be over just like that. And I snapped my fingers.
Yeah,
and he just looked at me, and he didn't say anything for about 10 seconds. And then I saw him swallow really hard, and he said, yes, sir. I'm like, okay. That's all I needed to say. Let's go eat.
Been there.
Now, what if he said yes, ma'am?
Then they would have followed. Then I would have hit him in the trunk, and I would have helped people look for him.
He would have been talking like Mickey Mouse for at least a half hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just lead them.
Now,
lead the search party away from the pig farm because that's where you dropped him off.
Yeah.
Now, Rick, which eye would you be talking out of?
The one looking at him, smart ass.
No, hang on.
Death is only the beginning.
I know it's hard for you to see on camera because the glare from your forehead.
Hang on.
Hey, Rick, you want to borrow my llama?
Hey, whoa! There's a bunch.
Go, Canadian Spider-Man has something to say.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and because I had this conversation with a neighbor, a friend of mine, locally over a bonfire the other night, and he said, yeah, if my daughter comes home and says that she was, abused by whatever guy, me and my buddies would just show up after work and he'd just never be heard from again. And I said, well, hang the fuck on, because no guy has ever been accused falsely before. Just because it's your daughter, she is capable of making shit up. And you need so just to back the fuck up here, guys, because girls, even your daughters, make shit up.
True.
And there needs to be a fair trial before you go all like Clint Eastwood on the dude.
If it's proven that
lot
guy
of guys have been accused falsely.
That's true. Now, if it's proven and there's evidence that proves it, well, I'll spend 10 years in prison. I'm okay.
Bros over hoes, even if the hoe's your daughter.
Now, if it's proven 100% that guy did that, then, well, I'll sit in jail for a while. I'm good with that.
The older you get, the less of a deterrent life in prison becomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with
Bring
that.
hot meals, a safe place to sleep. All I'm going to say, and this goes into the realm of brutal advice column, spoken like a man who doesn't have daughters.
Hold up. I just had to point this out because I was spot on. Gary Ambrosia said Canadian Spider-Man looks like an assistant director on the sequel of Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, thank you, Gary. I love you to
You
death. That was
messaged
awesome.
him. You sent him a message, Steve.
No,
All
but
hail
Gary,
Gary.
it's called wet. It's Gary. The hat is from Mexico. It's called Wetback Mountain.
We love you, Gary.
And the entire screenplay is written in French Canadian. So yeah.
Hey, gentlemen, can I bring up a story that happened a few years ago, if I might?
Yeah.
This
Your
was
boyfriend?
well, Well, me and Gary didn't make eye contact, so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
No, it was it was my daughter. I
Yeah,
think
Gary,
it was-
it's a no ma'am shirt.
Yep.
Yep. Hold on, let me. I got to show Gary that. Gary has earned it.
You got to spin around, twirl.
Okay,
Yep.
gotta show Gary the back. Not the back side, the back of the shirt, you sick.
That's what
bastard.
drop them. Now, bend down. Bend down.
Drop it like it's hot.
Bend down.
You're getting your dollar's worth. Twerk it.
Oh no, this is probably 3 years ago. It was like my daughter's senior year. They were doing prom night. Well, it was raining. They were supposed to do pictures. No, it's 3 years ago. They were doing prom night. And they were going to do pictures outside. Well, it rained, so they did it at a casino near here. But it was like the public part of it where minors could be. You know, me and my ex-wife are there, and this guy was walking around, and I noticed he was taking pictures of all the underage girls. Another dad did too. He's a former police officer. And I'm like, what's this guy doing? He was like trying to do it secretly and hide it. And well, I walked up because I saw my daughter. She was next to my ex-wife and taking pictures. And I noticed he was taking pictures of my daughter. I was like, it took everything in me to not just walk up and choke the life out of this man.
Why
And
did
I walked. Oh, I wanted to so bad. Oh, sorry, I'm getting angry thinking about it right now. I feel the rage building up. And I walked up. I'm like, why are you taking pictures of all these young underage girls? He's like, oh, I'm not taking pictures of girls. I'm like, yes, you are. Show me your phone. Well, the dad that was a former police officer walked up right behind me to keep me under control because he knew I was getting to that point because I was about to choke the life out of this guy.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I'm getting angry thinking about it. It literally still infuriates
It's
me
okay.
to this day. Give me a second. Sorry. And I was like, show me your phone. Well, he gave me his phone. I started doing, he had nothing but pictures of underage girls that were there in tight dresses, which girls, they should not have been in, but still, regardless.
I was going to say.
And pictures of my daughter. I was like, and he grabbed me by the shoulder. He's like, don't go to jail tonight. He's like, calm down. I was like, I wanted to choke the life out of him when I seen my daughter's pictures on his phone. I'm like, and I started deleting them off. He's like, that's my phone. I was like, you need to back off right now or you will not go home. And I did. I told him that. I was infuriated. Well, I deleted my daughter's pictures. I couldn't delete the other pictures. Well, security ended up coming up. They're like, hey, what's going on? We explained to them. They ended up calling the police. And the cops looked, they found him hiding inside the casino. And I was like, and I'd look at the cop. I was that close to just choking the life out of this man and killing him right where he stood. I'm sorry. And how can I put this? Making him disappear. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
I was so angry. It took everything. And that other father, he knew he was a former police officer. And then he found a picture of his daughter on there. And I was like, I'm down.
You guys are giving each other advice.
I was very infuriated. It took everything in me to not go to jail and embarrass my daughter. Oh, I was, sorry. Livid is putting it mildly. I was ready to go to jail at that point. I was like, sorry. It infuriates me thinking about it today that somebody like that did that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shout out to you for your restraint, dude.
Yeah.
I'm glad it was a casino and I wasn't carrying a wireless hole puncher. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys like that, there's nothing wrong with them that you can't fix with your hands.
Right.
Yeah, I think bludgeoning would be more satisfying, honestly.
Oh, the amount of rage I felt at that point was just unbelievable. I've never felt that before until that exact moment. And then I understood why fathers that have been through that before, I understood at that point. I'm like, I get it now.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Well, on that note, we're going to get into one of my favorite subjects.
Steve likes the tip. Steve likes the tip.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's perfect.
Tip.
Oh man. So we're gonna go. This is where I open it up to people who are watching on YouTube. You don't know, we're on Rumble. You can send a Rumble rant, like a few people have tonight, and you can
Yeah.
whatever it is. We at the end of when we say our tip of the hat, we will bring up your Rumble rant of your tip of the hat, and it's usually it started off as men who have formed us and like helped us become better men, and now it's just become like anyone who has just helped us in our life. Canadian Spider-Man, off in the distance, run like you're in the Mexican border.
Yes.
You wetback. What?
Well, running for Mexico if we vote the wrong way here in a week.
Yeah. So, what is your tip of the hat?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's sort of Canadian election related. I want to tip my hat to Ezra Levant of Rebel News. He's one of the leading forces behind one of the independent media outlets in Canada that is fighting against all the government-funded propaganda outlets. And I don't agree with everything that he says. However, that's not the point. The point is that he's not funded by the government. And he runs this news organization, Rebel News. They operate in a few different countries. And he doesn't back down from a fight. He's suing the CBC over blatant lies that they have said about various reports, and he protects his reporters, his staff that are underneath him. The CBC's blatantly lying about Dre Humphreys and something she's said recently, and he's suing the shit out of them, and he wins. He keeps winning all of his lawsuits, and he keeps pushing back, rightfully so, against government intrusion, and he's fighting for freedom of speech. And you know what? If we don't have freedom of speech, we've got nothing. And I think we covered a couple of topics tonight that, when combined with the freedom of speech, those are the two things that we need to protect the most. And Ezra Levant, tip of the hat, he's doing a hard battle. He's been called every sort of name you can imagine. And I expect if they could put a hit on him, if they haven't already, they will. So tip of the hat to Ezra Levant, even though I don't agree with everything. He is trying to further free speech in this country and independent media.
That's good.
Yep.
Mike.
You know what? I'll tell you who my tip of the hat today doesn't go to. It's the guy that's currently in Mexico right now after I had to search through 570 fucking videos and then just bothered to tell me after I told him who this person was that, oh, don't bother looking anymore. We just found it all out a few minutes ago here in Mexico. But thanks anyway, Mike. You just need to go on the website that doesn't freaking function anymore because I've been spending a whole month because this guy can't even bother to check his freaking emails to grant me access to his freaking account to tell me what her name is. So hence the reason I had to go through 700 or 570 videos. But I'm going to charge him money anyway. So my tip of the hat doesn't go to this guy.
So who is your tip of the hat?
Mike.
My tip of the hat goes to my patience.
Hey, that's you know what? I'll count.
And
That's good.
Bullshit that I had to freaking go through right now while I'm searching while I'm on this show. And fuck.
Sounds like Mike wants to give this guy more than the tip. More than the tip. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
That's okay. No eye contact. It's not gay.
Exactly.
Hey, for me, it has to be socks on because eye contact can be ambiguous. So for me, the socks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And socks.
Yeah. There we go.
Ordy.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Not bad. What's up?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm just hanging out here on a podcast and just chill. You know. Yeah.
Well, you know,
What's
as
your
one
tip of the
does.
hat? Yeah.
Oh, tip of the hat. Is that what we're doing?
I love our conversations right when I ask you a question. I love it. That's funny.
Excuse me. So, 2 tip of the hats.
Oh shit.
One, all those profoundly retarded motherfuckers who show up in my feed that I get to make fun of all day.
Oh, yeah.
Those are. Thank you, because while I'm not monetized anymore, you
What?
yeah, well, yeah, they took my monetization. Can you believe it?
Oh man.
No good reason. They just said, "Oh, you violated X rules." We're really, what rule? And 5 months I've been trying to appeal it, and support's ghosting me. So, but it's my shtick, and I enjoy it. And so bringing it all to y'all, it's a child's laughter to me.
There you go.
The other tip of the hat is to Vincent and Rick and Jeff and Mickey and all the KLRN players. I know I feel like I'm rubbing this in, Steve, but I'm really not. Who really get their shit together. And while we just all thought it was a fucking joke doing these plays, we're all really fucking good. And we have a really great time doing these plays. So my tip of the hat is to all the KLRN players.
Stole my answer.
At least you get to be in the play. You
Friday
dick.
night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
At least you're in the play.
You had an opportunity, sir. It's not my fault.
Hey, I didn't see the memo. I didn't see the memo.
Here's the thing, Steve. This is only the springtime production. You still have time for the Christmas show.
Well, and we're actually
Guidance Jubilee.
And we might do
we're actually going to try to do a Halloween one again this year.
yeah, we're gonna try and do a Halloween one again too.
Ooh, okay.
We're thinking we're gonna try to pull off
Amish, would you just add him to the player room so he stops missing his memos?
yeah, that's fine. After this play.
Remember,
We're gonna
Steve
try and
Slow.
do Sleepy Hollow.
Dick.
Sleepy Hollow. Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh. Tyler.
Hey. Dude, my tip of the hat is the comment section. I don't know if you guys were following, but the fucking comments in this video were fucking hilarious. Special shout out to Zelda. Dude, there's so much funny shit that was thrown in there. Gary's in the
He
chat.
needs to finish my dishes. That's
Gary's
what he
a
needs
fag.
to
He's a fag that we love, though.
Yeah, we love him.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tip of the hat, the comment section. You guys had me
We've
laughing.
loved Gary a long time.
Thank you for that.
And repeat it.
Rick, who's your tip of the hat?
My tip of the hat, in the vein of the discussion we've been having this evening, it has to go to Rush Limbaugh, who pioneered the very thing that I now do for a living. Nobody knew what conservative talk radio was before him, really. And he probably gave some of the most brutal advice to millions of listeners every day. One of his most popular lines, and he said this to every single caller who got on his show and started acting like a little bitch, is stop whining and take responsibility for your life.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I like
Rest in
that.
peace, bro. You can't see it on my wall.
And then Vincent.
Oh, now you want to hear from me. Okay.
No, we really don't. Go ahead.
No, we don't. You're like a hemorrhoid. Go away.
Man, you
Just got my answer anyway.
I want to pop it.
Anyway, let's see. Who can I give a shout out to? I think we're going to go with Gay Biker Dad, because he's in the chat.
Oh, shit, now he's going to start singing.
The assless chaps are coming out right now.
Dude,
Yep.
he is the
Wait, he's
biggest...
in the chat. Nobody's asked me to show a hole. What the actual fuck?
No, he's said it several times, but yeah.
And then Zelda's like, I'm not going to show my hole. And I'm like, so let's just stop.
Yeah, I didn't get a DM.
But
He's selfish. So totally selfish.
he's the biggest, gayest bastard that we all know and we all
And we love him.
And he's just there, especially today. He's doing like this. He's writing little short stories on Twitter, like film noir stuff, like old 40s detective shit. And it's like Twitter noir, and it's funny as fuck because he's tagging people in it, and it's like, wow, this is pretty.
Yeah, he's writing
cool.
them into the story,
and it's awesome. And if you don't follow him, you need to, because he's funny as shit. He's intelligent. He has no problem coming on anybody's show and singing show tunes and asking you to show hole. So yeah. We don't want to.
Did I miss anyone else? Because I know how.
You did.
Right in the chat right now.
You didn't give me a chance to have a final shout out.
All right, that's why I'm asking, because
you
already had a complete
bastard.
Pedima, like
stop being short with me.
Ooh, it's genetic.
Look here.
That neck twist there was like, oh, you rat bastard.
All right, you crooked tooth. What is your?
He reminds me of Hank Hill's dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Except with no hair.
Oh, hold on. I got hair.
He has hair.
No, I didn't mean you. I meant Steve.
We were talking about you, Steve. You are the Cotton Hill of this podcast, sir.
Steve is like a freshly
he lost his shins on Guadalcanal.
No, Steve is like a freshly scorned scrotum. He really is.
Oh dear.
He's like a freshly shaven scrotum. He really is.
He's not that breathtaking.
He is the mighty foreskin warrior.
Now that I've said that,
it's always freshly shorn. Thank you very much.
Now that I've said that, it's nice to be on the last show, but I'll ever be on here again. All right.
So what's your tip of the hat? Yeah.
Well, I have a listen here, you little short bastard. One, Gary Ambrosia, because Gary Ambrosia, and here I got a couple people. I know this is abnormal. Gary Ambrosia, he's checked me in a couple times in comments on other shows. We'll just put it that. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. You bastard. You nice-haired bastard. One.
It's the wig.
Yeah, it's the wig. It's a fake hairline. We get it. We understand.
Yeah.
And another one will be you, Steve. Because Steve, no, this is a good thing. You've put me in my place once or twice, and I do genuinely appreciate that. Seriously, thank you. That's what men should do. And you've been right. The couple times you've done it, 100% right. I appreciate that. Thank you. And the next time will be, gay biker dad. I'm not gay or anything, but I'd make eye contact with him. Just saying. But I got to have my socks on at least.
True.
Giggity, giggity. Giggity, giggity.
Giggity, giggity.
Gay biker dad's like, I'll send you a tune.
His butthole got moist.
Yeah.
Ugh.
My tip of the hat for this week would be Andy Masterson. Yes.
Oh my God! Look at him down there. Oh, down there. Oh, right there. Oh.
And
Bye.
it would be with whenever I call Andy, I'm like, hey, I need some advice on whatever it is. Like, he would give a good example of like, hey, do it this way. I'm like, oh, that actually makes sense. And what are you doing, Dark Helmet?
I'm figuring the air. Leave me alone. I'm trying to figure out how to do this to point at people.
Hey, let him finger me in peace. It's been a minute.
I know. Shut up, Steve. Leave us alone.
It's like
Mind your business.
Here's
like a
story.
retarded version of the Brady Bunch opener.
Yeah. But no, it's my tip of the hat would be Andy Masterson. He has a lot of good wisdom, and I appreciate what he has to say.
Steve is like a thumb.
I'm sorry. I'm snorted. I'm sorry. Oh God.
The fucking gold. Gold.
Oh shit.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Anything else? I know, right?
Yeah,
This is. I opened the can of worms on that one, but
Ugh.
I do want to say thank you to everyone who's been on the show: Tyler, Mike, Canadian Spider-Man, Dark Helmet, Jeff, Vincent, and anyone else I missed. Oh yeah, Orty.
Bag.
Oh, he's gonna get you, dude.
He's gonna get your mom behind the Circle K.
I know which one. I want to thank everyone,
All of
including
them.
everyone in the chat. And everyone in the chat on Rumble, X, Facebook, YouTube, everyone. You guys make this fun.
Stay tuned for Man-O-Rama, starring Steve.
I have to call him Thumbelina now.
Yeah.
Thumbelina.
Yeah.
Yep.
So next week we're gonna do another hangout episode, and where we just talk shit about anything. And I'm having Yeti Yef on next week. He'll be a special guest. So
Right
guys, behave. Watch, he's gonna start busting everyone's balls because he's like, hey. So yeah, next week we're gonna have a hangout. We are also on Spotify. It's taken a while to get me all the episodes on there because I have to download, convert, and upload and all that fun stuff. But you can find us out on Spotify at Man-O-Rama. What? Would you just found out that what the difference between a man and a woman?
It's the penis.
Tyler?
Oh God.
He's not mad. He's confused. Like, what the
Oh, sorry.
I think he just got kicked off. He was like, oh.
He was like,
Hell, this shit.
He just found out the difference between a man or a woman. All right, cool. He looked at Blair White. That's what it was.
And Rick, I think
He's
you
like,
muted,
something's
huh?
not right. What?
something's not right, but I'm aroused at the same time. What's wrong?
Okay, Alex Jones.
At least Blair White does a good job at looking like a woman.
Like I said, she
Yeah.
passed.
Does he though? Does he really?
I think you fooled me with Blair White once.
He must.
I
be
did. I
friends.
remember that. I remember we did that. Which next week we might do. If you're going to join, we're going to do Hombre Senorita next week. It's been a while.
Whatever.
And
Mm.
I remember this. This is when I knew that Canadian Spider-Man is the funniest contestant of this segment because he'll do just flat out. And I did a full body picture of Blair White with Alex Jones, and he's like, whoa, wood.
Makes
I
the
was
frogs gay.
I did.
And I told him, he's like,
Yeah, totally.
no. And I remember you DM'd me. He's like, you're joking, right? I remember that. It was hilarious because it was the moment that you were like, I'm so confused right now.
I don't know what's going on.
But to be honest, here's the thing. In your defense, seeing a picture of her, I'm like, yeah, it's a woman. And then you hear the voice and you're like, well,
Why are you calling
there's
that?
some
Blair Wright, to me, Blair Wright has earned the right for me to call him a her. Because she calls
Still,
out her,
dude.
she calls out the other people, and I'm fine with that. That's why I like her and
still
as
a
a
dude.
content creator. Oh, still a dude. Yeah, there's still a. Well, I don't think there's that anymore.
Yeah, I'm still checking with CRC before I do anything with anybody.
But I can at least respect Blair Wright. I can respect her for what she does. She calls out her people. I respect that.
I will be
man.
honest. Getting thrown back into the dating pool after being married for so long, with the world changing as much as it is, almost every time I've gone on a date, I swear to God, the Aerosmith song is in the back of my head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lady.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was.
But-
I'm gonna close my eyes.
Hello. On that note, I want to thank everyone for coming out in the chat, watching us live. You can check us out on Spotify at Man-O-Rama, and we'll see you next week when we talk about pretty much a hangout. It's just us. Yeah. And Orty might feel a little left out because we might ignore him, which might, yeah, we'll find out.
It's my birthday.
The reason you can ignore me is
It is
because-
next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
53.
Oh,
Orty knows
perfect.
the
We're doing Senorita on your birthday, buddy.
You know, back when I was your age.
I'm not going to be sober.
But what were you gonna say, Orty?
I said I only let you ignore me because I'm polite.
Okay.
But I remember when I was your height.
But on that note, I want to thank everyone. You guys make this podcast happen. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it so much. On that night,
Thumbs up.
ciao. Yeah, you
Go ahead.
bastard. You fucking, you cunt.